but they were other Spider-Man villains. They were just more aware than the original ones. I recognize the Scorpion entity. I just don't know who it is.
The Scorpion. Cause
Yeah, it
he,
was a Scorpion. Yeah,
cause he was a villain.
yeah,
Is
At least in
there
Spider
a,
Verse.
is there a
yeah.
clip on YouTube of the ending? Because I have to.
Probably not yet.
Oh, you never know.
If there is, it's probably poor quality.
Yeah, I just need to hear the line. That's all. Ending explained. Identity reveal. Everyone forgets Spider-Man. It is poor quality. It was filmed in a theater. It was after the spell was cast.
Okay. Hi. Hello. Um. So yeah. Welcome to the 100 follower special. This taken less than 7 months, I want to say, to get to, which is really surprising. I'm really surprised that I was able to get this far this quickly. Because so many of my other friends have been doing it for longer and haven't gotten to this point, and I'm really surprised. I think out of all my friend group, I have the highest follower account. So yeah, currently they are discussing Spider-Verse, not Spider-Verse, the new Spider-Man. So I'm sorry if I'm kind of fumbling with words because it's kind of hard to think and listen to them at the exact same time. Oh, so yeah, plan for today. So we're gonna be reading a fanfic because that's something that I did my last milestone. We're gonna do it again. I'm gonna do who's already. Let's see. They notice. You're officially being able to be heard from stream.
Okay,
Hi, stream.
We decided we were gonna shut up.
And we decided to stop saying things with spoilers.
I told them that you guys were talking about, Spider-Verse. Not Spider-Verse, Spider-Man. The new Spider-Man.
Yes.
Yeah,
You guys can fight later.
We decided to shut up so we wouldn't spoil it for anybody.
Yeah. I'd also
We're
had
not
you guys
gonna be
muted,
Tom
so...
Holland, or Andrew Garfield,
Good.
or Tobey Maguire. We aren't gonna be any of them.
So yeah.
If I was a Spider-Man, I'd probably pick Gwen.
Gwen as your love interest?
What? Oh, that's what we're talking about. I thought we were like, which Spider-Man would we be? Like, not...
Oh, Spider-Gwen. Oh, I'd be Peter Porker. It's just because I feel like that'd be fun.
I wouldn't be any of them.
Would you be Mary Jane?
You'd be Ned.
I'm not cool enough to be Mary Jane.
Ooh, mood.
She was like really cool in the comics.
Yeah, that is true.
True.
Even in the PS4 game and her PS5 games.
Even kind of in the newer Spider-Man movies, she was really cool. Like when Zendaya played her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love how we've gone from talking about the Spider-Man movie to talking about Spider-Man.
But in the comics.
We've gone
you
very
can tell
far.
what's on our minds.
Oh yeah.
It's Spider-Man.
Currently the only thing that we know is in common with everyone besides Minecraft. So that was the topic that was picked. Anyways, do you guys want to know what we're reading today?
You've got a question in chat.
Oh, yeah, King is always good, right? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Oh, how do you use... Oh, you're using your finger or do you eat it with a spoon? I'm pretty sure it's toxic, so...
It is toxic, so you rub it on your chest.
Yeah.
I eat it in a sandwich.
Spoon. What?
That's why you're the sapnap of the group. Anyways. So.
Wait, is that legit? Well, yeah, that is why you're the sapnap of the group.
No, they know. Spoon it is. I just spoon that crap into my bloodstream. That's even less good. But anyways, this is the fanfic that we will be reading today.
I have to agree and consent to read this.
Oh yeah, because you don't have AO3.
Oh.
I don't, but I go on the site regularly and it never shows me that message.
This is it's rated G, so...
Yeah, trust me, if she went inappropriate, I would slap her. Trust me. So...
What kind of fic is this?
So, from what I understand from it, because
Let me just read the
I
tags.
have
Oh.
not read this myself.
Street
Um,
racing.
It's a straight
Yeah.
race. This isn't
Yeah.
accelerate.
So-
This is not
Tokyo
accelerate.
Drift.
I'm not
Or
joking.
is it accelerate or velocity? I can't remember which one.
It was Accelerate. So
Okay,
it was like
this
the
is not
kid-friendly
Accelerate.
version of Accelerate.
Literally, they tagged Tokyo Drift.
Yeah.
It's got fluff, domestic fluff, orphan, foster child. Oh, this
Drug
is.
use?
So
This is This sounds like it's SBI. Yep, SBI family.
yeah.
Why is it labeled underage drug? That might be why you had to consent, because it says there's underage drug use.
Yeah.
Why is it under general then? That should be under teen.
I don't know. It's
They tagged. Maybe it's just me how I tagged
we
it.
can slap her later. But we'll have to
I'm
do it
sorry,
virtually.
I can't get over the racing, street racing, drag racing.
Yeah.
I can't.
Wait, hold up.
does she
Past character
make
death
jokes?
died. Only Sam's dead.
Past
But look,
character.
Sam's in it. He found family. Sam.
Implied / reference drug use.
Me, no.
This better be accurately describing
No,
street racing and how it depends,
family.
or I will not be happy. Oh, buddy, you know
If it's not,
nothing
I might-
about the author of this. So we actually do have a bit of a message from the author, that I was able to get because I know her. So that's why I kind of
It's
want to
not
dig
me.
in here. No, it's not.
It's not me either.
No. Longtime
You didn't-
viewers of my stream would know this person, but a lot of the people are new, so you don't know her. But she like disappeared off the face of this earth like 2 months ago. We call her dead.
why this
She's
is-
not.
Is that why this is unfinished? When was this
Oh, yeah.
last? Yeah, this is why
Yeah.
this is unfinished.
October
That's a
2nd is
mood.
when she disappeared. Anyways, so, if I'm correct, this... We're not gonna, like, listen through to my computer, because then you guys couldn't hear it. So we're just gonna do it through my phone, because I'm lazy. So let's see.
Technically, you could just stream the application that
You're
you're.
right. You're right. You're
Yeah.
right.
You can stream it to us,
Da-da-da.
and then everyone should be able to hear.
Yeah.
Don't make fun of the thing I was watching, okay?
What thing you were watching? I
wait.
have no
Oh, wait,
idea
I
what
need
you
to
were
go to
watching.
Facebook.
I was watching episode 4 of Markiplier's FNAF Security Breach, so
We're gonna do
I was-
chatting time.
I was hanging out with my friend. Drink.
What friend? No.
you have friends?
Yes, she's like you've met her, Alyssa.
I'm not Alyssa.
Yeah, probably. Hmm.
It's real, I promise.
Okay. So you can hear this part, right? I assume. We're
mean-
gonna hope.
Sorry, I got.
You will
distracted.
100% be judged only because it's fun.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm watching FNAF, so I expect to be judged.
Okay. Anyways. Shh. Okay. I keep hearing like tapping, and it's freaking me out. Anyways.
Very upset when it comes to mountains.
Okay.
But, hi, how's everybody doing? This is
Are you going to bed?
Inky Jaguar. I know y'all forgot about me, but I'm still alive. Straight vibing out here in Arkansas.
Can we
Shout
pause
out to
for a
the
moment?
Arkansas people. Y'all are nuts and crazy, but I love you. And you guys have the weirdest conspiracy
Alyssa, pause for a
theories.
second.
I don't
Okay.
I have to go feed my cat. I will be right back.
I had to turn up the volume.
Yeah, I cannot make this any louder, to be honest. This is the
Well-
loudest this can go. Oh, you guys now know my full name. Whoops. That's fine.
What? I'm not paying attention.
Oh.
No one's paying attention. I'm sure
Stream
someone
can't
is,
see my
but
name. Well, stream can't see my name, so we're good.
yeah, stream can't, so that's all that.
Yeah.
I'm not paying enough attention, so
Oh, yeah. Fair enough. Now we're just
it just
waiting.
looks like a blur of letters to me. I see an A and that's it, so it must be Alyssa.
Up here or over here?
Somewhere. But I think it's that A that I see clearly. The other one's a little less clear.
Oh, is it because it's just like all incredibly fuzzy? Because bitrate stuff?
Yeah,
like, having
well,
to
'cause
share,
it's
having to
small.
share.
Because it's small.
Fair, fair.
My cats have been fed. I have returned. I apologize.
We good? We good?
We
Yes.
good.
Okay. Continuing.
I don't even know. But anyways. Hello, Alyssa's garden. If you guys are still called a garden. I don't
You
really
are.
know. But hello, Alyssa's garden. Thank you so much for getting her to 100. I knew that she could do it, and I knew that when people heard her, they would just love her like I do.
By the way, I also haven't listened to any of these, so these are all new.
I also want to say hi to Alyssa's friends. She's told me so much about y'all in our letters and in our little texts, and it is so awesome to see that just other people are appreciating Alyssa like I do. Oh gosh, I'm getting emotional. Sorry. So many people appreciate her, and she is amazing. She is so nice. She is so funny. She's so sassy too.
I'm starting to
She'll
hate
tell
this.
you straight up what needs to happen, and she's not afraid to hold back her opinion. And she just dresses so cutely. I love her princess and like fairy garden aesthetic. And I just want to say that 100 is just the first milestone, and you're going to do great things one day. And I really hope that these people that are with you right now will help you get to those things. And I hope that when I get back, I can start helping you again, because I love doing it. I love helping people. So,
Yeah, because,
for this stream, I just want to say have fun, good luck, and if you are reading my my book, it's not completed. I have not finished it yet. I was going to before I came out here, but that wasn't in the plans. I kind of got distracted. You see, this thing called Last Life came out, and I kind of binged everyone's perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
when
don't
I
blame
get done
them.
binging one, like the first episode of all the perspectives, the next episode came out, and yeah, it was that and Sudoku. I really got into Sudoku for some reason. Anyways, but yeah, I'm finishing it
Sudoku.
now, and I'm working on the sequel. The sequel's almost done, but it's a slow process. So,
Hasn't finished the first one, working on the sequel.
but yeah, I hope you enjoy the book. This book is really just about a kid trying to figure out life and trying to show everybody
Ellie
that
Batson.
he's the best. And
That's
he's got
Tommy.
friends that are trying to help him, and he's got friends in weird places as well. But I hope you guys enjoy the world, and I hope you guys just enjoy it, because that's what books are supposed to be about. They're supposed to be an escapism, a place where people can go and just forget about reality and focus on the problems of somebody else instead of their own for once. So, enjoy!
Just one more message.
Also, this is probably like the only book that I've really put like actual effort into, which is kind of weird, but we needed to do it sometime. Might actually publish this and change a couple things, but
Yeah, I have to
Yes.
change all
this
the
is only
names.
book I've really put
Yes.
a lot of effort into. Well, okay,
We'll work
I
on
put
that,
a lot of
honey.
effort into this other book, which is also on my AO3 account.
Yes.
But
I think it's the one that I edit.
as you can
played
see, the
before.
word count on that one is almost like to
Ew,
200,000.
editors.
And I'm not even halfway through.
No, Beta,
And
we
so
die
I just
like
kinda
men.
got discouraged and gave up. But this one was short and it was easy and it was just more of like a fun little hobby and project than it was like a lifestyle. Because shout out to you writers out there, it is so hard to make a lifestyle out of this.
It is.
Yeah, it kind of sucks, but hope y'all have fun. Bye, love you all.
So yeah, that was the author of this, and also, if not my best friend. So
Lame.
rude. I legit asked her, like, when I hit a 99, I was like, hey, could you like send a thing for this when I eventually do this? She was like, sure. So she sent that today. So a lot of it I did not hear. I realized really quickly it was a recording. Yeah. So that was a recording of her, like
But you're seeing.
6.
Oh, don't yet.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah. Yes, 100% recorded, but I was able to talk to her today, so that was nice. Wrong one. Nope, that's it. Screen cap, that's what we want. Anyways, after hearing that, are you guys ready?
No.
And-
I'm kidding.
So before stream, we went through and like said who's doing what.
We have a long list
Oh
of
yeah,
who's which character.
because we went, ooh, this character's probably in here. Ooh, this character's probably in here.
Well, so
Yeah.
there was a long list already, and then we're like, well, there's possibly all these other characters from the Dream SMP.
Yeah.
And
So-
then Alyssa found like over 200 instances of Rambo being
Yeah.
mentioned, so...
It was 240, and I'm like, so Rambu is in this.
You guys get to hear my brilliant British accents again.
I might not even try. You're just gonna get like 2 versions of a deep voice and then soft boy.
Okay. So do you want me to read the summary? Should we do that?
You're the
Yes, read the
narrator.
summary. Read the summary.
Okay. All of Tommy's idols have one thing in common. They race. Tommy's dream of low, sleek cars at midnight races turning into police chases. The push of frantic fans trying to get the attention of their speed demon idols as a force he is far too familiar with. Every time he blinks, he can see the red tail lights that burn like the neon signs the city is known for. All of this accompanied by the sweet smell of cotton candy smoke that can only come from one thing. One slim device. That is...
Tommy vapes. Tommy
That-
vapes.
That
Don't
is...
vape, kids.
is-
Is this a street race, AU?
Yes!
Yes, it is. We've been over this.
I thought we went over this!
We went over this.
No, we talked about the tags, but we never went over that this was like a full-on street race. AU.
Yes.
It
It's...
is.
Yeah, it's Racing AU.
Okay.
That is his paradise. His world that he wants to belong in. And the only way to do that is by winning. I don't think he vapes then? I don't know. Every year he tries his hardest to convince the king to let him drive in one of the biggest illegal street races this bright city offers, and for the past 3 years he has been turned down. This year is going to be different though. This year Tommy has the best plan and it will work, or else Tommy won't know what to do with himself. Racing AU focusing on Bench Trio with SBI. Entire Dream SMP will be featured though.
Ah, told you.
Yeah. So we might
Right.
like halfway through, like if this first chapter doesn't have like everyone, well not if like yeah, we'll go for 2 hours depending on how
This-
long it takes us.
First chapter's not too long.
Yeah. But it's I don't yeah.
Oh, we're
it's-
not getting through the full thing today.
Oh
just...
no. We're not. I don't think we're going to touch on the whole thing ever. At least not today. So yeah, standard notes. Do not pester content creators with this fic. Do not post this anywhere. You're allowed to talk about this in chat rooms and offline chats, but don't flood others' notifications with this fic. This fic is portraying the characters of the Dream SMP and not the content creators themselves. Fan art translations and animatics are welcome, but please tag me so that I can share them here as well. More like tag me, because the author of this is like dead to us for like the next year, so I will do it myself.
Hold on. It doesn't look like anyone's done this. So a thing on AO3, if you do end up doing art, what you can do on AO3 is post it as a gift.
Yeah.
Or
inspired by.
I use GIFs. I have art that was done of one of my fics, and it was done as a gift. So, if you,
yeah, you go. Okay, I'll just. Relationships will be tagged as we go along, but as for now, there's none to display. Enjoy. So yeah. Are we ready to actually delve into this bit?
I'd point out that that is song lyrics or a song title. I don't know if that's the title of the song,
Shut Up
but
and Drive, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't trust me, I'm pretty sure that she meant it that way.
Probably. Yeah, no, if an author does that, that's intentional. I know this.
Oh yeah, because I do that kind of with my, Tip of the Crown I have it as Tip of the Iceberg lyrics.
Uh-huh.
Because, yeah. Yeah. So...
Do I have one that... I have the Horror in the Wild song in one of my...
This first chapter does have people talking, I think.
Yes.
I was looking at it, Jesus, there's like... Oh, Sophie! The first time Tommy saw a real race was on his way home from secondary school graduation. The fact that his school had a graduation for his class was a sham in and of itself, as the ceremony consisted of nothing but wearing a construction paper graduation cap and a fabric backdrop for pictures and favorite teachers. It had been even more of a bust when Wilbur didn't show up like he promised. It had just been Phil, Techno, and Tubbo's parents. Tommy had been so mad at the absence of his blood brothers that he even denied Techno's offered ride home in his sports car. He didn't even feel like celebrating with Phil and Techno and opted to take the bus back to the Foster home instead. He didn't take the bus, though, and walked home instead. A lot of instead there, buddy. Feeling the need to run around for a bit, Tommy ripped up his construction paper hat into tiny pieces as he walked back home, and the black pieces floated back behind him like smoke from a spinning tire. On the nose. Wilbur was probably off in a race right now. Was he racing his really cool motorcycle with the red accents Tommy had suggested? No. He was probably off in a dumpster somewhere being a prat. What is a prat?
So I just want to point out those two statements are contradictory. So he's probably off in a race. No, he's probably off in a dumpster. Those are contradictory. And yeah, that happens sometimes when you're writing, is you go on one thought and then you suddenly change.
Yeah. This is why you have betas.
No.
Beta, we die like men.
No, beta, we die like men.
Well, at least you reread over your stuff. I can also do this. Because you guys don't need to read this anymore. Because you can have it up on your thing.
Yes.
Oh. Maybe he was buying Tommy a motorcycle like he had promised. So Tommy made up all these ideas about where his brother would be. He heard it. The sound of gathering crowd met his ears first, and Tommy watched it as two pretty ladies in leather clothes jogged down the street in high heels before turning a corner. Lured by the promise of women and picturing himself a man now that he had graduated, the preteen crumpled up the remaining black paper and stuffed it in his back pocket before running after them.
Should make a premise. Tommy would probably be 16 if this is following UK graduation, and therefore not a preteen. Just gonna establish ages for a second.
Fair. Yeah,
Because UK graduates at 16.
Yeah. Might be like middle school type of graduation.
They don't do that, I don't think.
No. I don't know. I don't know what she's thinking.
This is a mix that I don't know either. Something's off.
Yeah.
How do the Americans play into this?
Yeah, are they being is this UK or American?
This could be American.
Schooling system.
I
don't know where
I don't
middle
have a
school
question.
fits it, because high school is still considered secondary. I don't know where middle school falls.
Middle school is like, wait,
It's weird.
yeah, for the British, I don't know. It is funky.
Here, let me just look up secondary school.
Yeah.
Next, okay. Middle school in the United States. So everywhere else it's high school, but in the US it's middle school.
Interesting. Yeah, so I don't know.
Pretty much. So secondary schools are often called high schools or middle school in the United States.
Ah,
So.
okay. So let's continue. Where was
Sorry,
I?
we're trying to establish ages and figure out how tiny Tommy is.
With each sip he took, the sound of bass, chatter, and the smell of cotton candy grew. When he rounded the corner, he saw the scene Wilbur, Techno, and Phil had immortalized in Tommy's brain. Two cars sat with idling engines in the middle of a pulsing crowd that grew louder by the second. That'd be just by the second. The cars were low and sleek, unlike the minivans Tommy was accustomed to, and they shined with care no suburban mother would give to a family vehicle. Rough. The paint job was bright, and the purring sound they made drew Tommy's in like nothing had before. Tommy in? The car looked beautiful, and Tommy didn't throw that word around every day. Someone laughed next to him and patted him on the shoulder. He had snapped out of his trance to see a bushy-haired woman smile down at him.
First time seeing the cars? That's Puffy. That's
Okay.
Puffy. That's Puffy.
She had asked, and when she talked, Tommy saw wisps of smoke floating out of her mouth and into her curled bangs. His throat had gone dry by being close to a woman like this. Sorry. She was smiling and confident. The girls he was used to had acne for days and ran from him after he called them pretty. Still, he nodded, and they both looked at the cars together. She lifted a pen-looking thing to her lips, inhaled deeply before talking again.
That green one is new too.
She practically yelled down to him as the bass coming from somebody else's boombox grew louder.
I've been around these parts for a while, and he's definitely got skill. If you're new to the scene, I would suggest keeping an eye on him.
She pointed with her smoking pen at a tall, blonde man standing in a crowd. The one thing that stood out to Tommy was that this guy was wearing a white mask over his face. The mask covered all of the right half and the lower area of his face, so that the only thing that could be seen was the guy's left eye and eyebrow. Just from what Tommy could see, he compared with Wilbur in terms of looks. The driver wore a green hoodie with the sleeves ripped off, and Tommy felt jealous at how toned he was, like Techno. The driver was laughing at something the pretty ladies he saw earlier were saying. He talked to them so easily, just as easily as the woman was puffing on that sweet cotton candy smoke. Why is there smoking references? I don't know.
Vaping.
But, yeah, I know, but still. Maybe Wilbur could know these people. Next time he saw Will, he would definitely have to ask if this was his scene. if this is what his scene is like. There we go. Bodies pressing close together to get a look at the car. The driver being revered like gods, and pens and bills being passed around like candy at Halloween. Tommy leaned into the woman. What is the driver's oh, is that me?
It's you. That's
Oh,
you.
it is.
You're Tommy.
What is the driver's name? He asked her, and he drew away. The woman offered her pen to him. Tommy slowly took the pen, but didn't press it to his lips like she had. Phil had told him about these before, and he wasn't sure if he wanted to go this route yet.
The green one's name is Dream.
The lady told him, and she pushed her bushy hair out of her face.
The other pink one is a friend of mine, Eric, but we call him King.
King and Dream. Tommy repeated and fidgeted with his pen as he surveyed the other drivers who was inhaling on a pen as well and blowing pink smoke up into the air. Did it really taste as sweet as it smelled? Surely one hit wouldn't be that bad. The lady leaned on Tommy's shoulder and gestured to the other side of the cars.
Dream challenged King to a race earlier this week for a spot in his big race. I kinda hope he wins. It would be amazing to see him against the others.
She took the pen from Tommy's hand and scooted him closer to the cars. From this close, he could see the clouds in the sky reflecting in the hoods. The lady exhaled, and he looked up to see her with a distant look in her eyes, as she looked at the same place he was.
You should see
Okay.
these races. You
So
should
would
see.
these-
Wait.
Would these be canonical heights in character or like real heights? Because Poppy's,
Probably
like,
real. Well, so we determined that Tommy just graduated middle school. Because this is US, not UK. So Tommy's what, 13? He'd be tiny boy?
okay, because Puffy is like 5'1" in real life.
So they're
He's,
probably
like,
the same
tiny.
height. They're probably
Yeah.
the same height. Tommy's about to grow 6 foot in the next year.
Yeah, just shot up.
Okay.
That's
I
what
just-
happened to my brother, so okay.
Fair.
I just wanted to think that because I just wanted to get heights in my head because Puffy is like tiny and it said that she leaned onto his shoulder.
Yeah, no. Tommy tiny right now. Tommy tiny. Okay.
I love that. We good?
Yes.
Yeah.
You should see the races that happen at night.
She said excitedly.
The cars are gorgeous in the neon.
Like a puppeteer commanding the snow, an invisible thread that hooked everyone here tugged the crowd forward in one fell swoop. The people around him all shifted so that they were pressed closer as well. The lady moved so that she had stood behind Tommy and was leaning over him with both hands on his shoulders. The pen in her hand dug into Tommy's backpack straps a little bit, but his eyes were on the two drivers that had just separated from the crowd. Two met in the middle. Dream was relaxed, and his hands behind his head, while King's were rested on his hips with a purple cape on his shoulders. Here they were talking, and through the crowd shushed to hear, the words of competition were lost to Tommy. The lady's hands squeezed his shoulders.
Get ready to run.
She whispered in his ear. He could feel her lipstick rubbing on the shell of his ear. What? Tommy shuddered, but didn't tear his eyes away from the driver sliding into the cars as... Oh, God.
Languidly.
There we go. As cats would. Stop using
We're gonna
big
make-
words, Sophie. I don't know big words. I can't word big.
If you just have to stop because of big word, I'll fill in.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Anyways,
We're gonna meet them at the finish line.
she explained.
Try to keep up.
She said, and Tommy nodded. He would keep up. He would be the first one there and see the end of the race. One of the girls from earlier walked from the crowd and stood between the two cars with dual flags in her hands. The engines roared in blazing lights, and the headlight lit up the flag girl like the spotlight would an actress. She raised the checkered flag slowly, and her body twisted with a tantalizing movement. As she did, Tommy's heart rose in his throat. His mind sitting on the precipice of something big. Okay, something life-changing. She dropped the flag, and the squeal of tigers. The squeal of tires pierced the tension-laden air. Tommy's eyes were pleated so as to watch every movement of the cars. Shooting past the girl so fast her hair whipped back and his clothes were swept to one side like a hurricane would do. New smoke permeated the air with the smell of burned rubber as Tommy rushed forward as the push of the lady. Everyone screamed around him, and the crowd moved with him to follow after those trailing red lights. Every time he blinked while he ran with the lady, he saw those red taillights burn against his eyelids. And at this point, there were lines of bright red amongst the dull colors of this world. He pumped his long legs to keep up with the tall lady who was laughing as she ran for an alleyway. They passed through it, and Tommy heard another set of laughter bouncing off the walls with hers as they took the shortcut. It was his. Also, yeah, I'm curious about the height stuff. 'Cause, like, they said his long legs, but she's also tall. So is she, like, 8 foot tall and he's
What
like
is
6?
what is Puffy's canonical height?
Is she, like... Well, like, I don't know if they're going canon height, but IRL height. Sophie!
Her canon height is 6'9".
Oh, jeez.
So
yeah.
they might be going canon height.
Yeah, that would
which
fit.
means it is gonna be like 8 foot tall.
It could be possible that Puffy's height isn't actually all that well known, so it could have just been an assumption.
That is possible, but no, Puffy is 6'9" in a Dream SMP.
I think she's joking canonical heights. I might be wrong, but I feel like that's...
Yeah, on the wiki,
Diggy's
her
here.
height, her IRL height is listed as 5'2".
Okay.
So
Okay, so that isn't too bad.
it's like over a foot difference between canonical and character.
Oh, yeah. He could feel his throat growing ragged from sprinting and laughing at the same time. Tommy didn't know when he started laughing with the lady, but it sounded wild and free in his ears. He had never laughed like this with Tubbo or Techno or even Wilbur. His maniacal laughter came from the chaos around him, and the adrenaline that coursed through him as the shouts and laughter of the other audience members echoed around him. And all this from watching a race? They exited the other side of the alley, and the lady stopped at the edge of the sidewalk, looking to her right. Tommy could barely hear the cars somewhere in the maze of tall apartment buildings. He panted heavily from the wild sprint and almost doubled over as if it weren't for the fact that he had to impress this lady who hadn't even broken a sweat. He looked up to her to see her squinting gaze wide with smile.
See them!
She yelled and looked up as the sound of racing cars grew louder. The green one turned the corner first in a loud squeal of tires and had a significant lead over the pink car. The lady started to cheer loudly, and Tommy yelled his lungs hoarse with her. People pushed him from behind, and their screams mixed in his ears with the sound of accelerating engines. As the cars flew past them, the wind from the speed cooled his sweat-peppered brow. Tommy punched the air like he had seen his foster dad do after touchdowns in sport games. The car spun around with more
playing sports.
more squealing, and they left black marks on the roads. Tommy didn't let them even come to a complete stop before he was pelting, right? Pelting?
I've lost where we are.
Pelting after him.
Yes, pelting.
Okay. He wanted to see the drivers. Tommy wanted to see how they looked and if he could tell what they were thinking. Were they cool? Were they happy and giddy like him, or were they furious about losing? What consumed the drivers after the race was finished? Tommy skidded to a halt just outside the door of the green car. The windows were tinted and he saw his round face staring back at him. Shoulders heavy with the weight of his backpack and the multiple sprints he had just committed. Yeah, that makes sense. The windows slowly rolled down until he saw the face of the blonde driver up close. The blonde guy, Dream, looked ecstatic from this close. From this close, right? From this close, Tommy could almost see past the weird plastic that looked like swirl clouds. And
Plastic.
oh, yeah, plastic that looked like swirled clouds
Yeah.
and shielded?
Shielded.
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 Oh, I said that wrong. 3/4 of his race. His eyes were sparkling, though. Was that from the smoke all around them from his tires, or was his eye sparkling from something else? Dream winked at him as he opened the door. Tommy stepped back when Dream came to tower over him. Dream was adjusting fingerless gloves that looked so bad that Tommy almost wanted to steal them. Who's playing Dream?
Hey, kid.
Oh. Dream said, and Tommy's jaw dropped at the recognition. Dream was scanning over the crowd as he spoke to him.
Liked what you saw, huh?
Sophie, that sounds pedophilic. Not again!
I'm sorry. Oh wait, that's what you...
Oh gosh. So she said to send her like a snippet of this stream.
You're gonna send that one?
I have no idea what I'm gonna send. But whatever it's gonna be freaking hilarious. Anyways, Tommy nodded crazily. Yeah, that was... Tommy sputtered and grabbed the top of his short cropped hair. He wished it was long and shaggy like Dream's now. That was amazing, he yelled, and Dream looked back at him with eyebrows raised. Tommy had practically screamed that. You were so cool, and your collar turned around that corner so smoothly, plus the way you squared up against King at the beginning like that, like a boxer, was wicked. Tommy praised, and Dream chuckled as he leaned back against the car. Tommy could feel his back being pushed as the crowd was trying to talk to Dream, but Tommy just wanted one more second.
I can take most of the credit for my races.
Dream mused, and he ran a hand through his hair for emphasis.
But my car is the best by far, and it will win me that race next week.
Dream called over Tommy. Tommy turned to see King standing next to the bushy-haired lady. The King didn't look happy or mad, but rather cool and lax. The King's arms were crossed, and he shrugged his shoulders before turning back to his pink car.
Sorry, I have to drop my voice. Sure you will, Dream.
The King responded in a deep voice that Tommy envied. In the distance, police sirens started and the crowd started to move like a bag of snakes, pushing and pulling all around him in different directions. Tommy was turned from Dream as everyone started to scatter and watched King slide back into his pink car with another call.
Just make sure you don't get shut up by Sam before then.
Dream laughed, and Tommy turned back around to see Dream open his car back up. Dream looked at the pink car with hard eyes. This man meant business. Tommy could see it. Dream played cool and drove his crazy fast car in these illegal races, but he was after something else. What was it? The green door slammed shut, and Dream draped his hand out the window before yelling at Tommy.
Get out of here if you don't want to end up in juvie, kid.
And with that, the man sped away in his vibrant car with the call of the engines ringing in his ears. Tommy stood stock still in the moment. Following that encounter, and it almost felt like a dream with how light his body felt and how muffled everyone was around him. Then he started running. He ran back through the alley and out into the empty street that housed the impromptu party that he had caught his attention initially. His feet pelted the ground in a rhythm as he ran from the bus stop and for normalcy. But why? Everything he had just seen in the 30-minute period was crazy. Freeing. Maybe it all had been a dream and he wouldn't see the black tire marks from the beginning of the race. Tommy looked to his right as he crossed the street and witnessed what was left of the thrilling experience. Candy wrappers and stark black rubber marks against the faded asphalt. So it wasn't a dream then. He had decided as he ran back through the pieces of his graduation cap. Everything had happened. Everything that was Wilbur, Techno, Phil's life existed back in those bubbles. Those bubbles of stolen moments that housed loud people, sweet smoke, and vibrant steeds. Where people talked and flirted as if they were a close, friendly party. Tommy stopped at the bus bench and slugged down his backpack at his feet. As he collapsed onto the seat, he leaned his head back and stared up at an afternoon cloud. His heart was still pounding and his nerves felt still. Is this what the drivers experienced when... Wait, is this what the drivers experienced when driving? Do they feel as if they just ran a mile and were ready to go again? Like their nerves strung so tightly that every bit of movement jumps out at them like a 3D movie? But then Tommy breathed in the fresh air. It felt pure and filtered, as if he were breathing for the first time. Did they feel this? This bliss and excitement that pumped through his veins? I'm sorry, I'm taking a break. Chat amongst yourselves.
If I suddenly mute, it's not like it's because I don't want to kill everyone's ears.
Fair.
Because I'm dropping and changing voice and breathing. I have to go back up. So
Yeah. And Cozy, this whole entire first chapter doesn't even have to talk.
I'm
Yeah, nope.
Callahan.
Callahan is watching on the sidelines, just shaking his head in disapproval at Dream.
Oh yeah, you are Callahan.
Joke's on
That's even
you.
better.
Yeah.
Joke's on you. I've been acting this entire time.
You've been voice acting this entire time, but like never had to speak because, well, you're Callahan.
Callahan.
Yeah, well, because you're also all the high. It's maybe we shouldn't have sorted the way we did. So
yeah.
Cozy's most of mostly characters that have higher pitched voices, and I'm all the characters that have the lower pitched voices.
And I'm everyone else in between.
Yes.
Yeah,
Not by
and
choice.
I think the characters that I play are the ones with the higher pitched voices, so they're also the like younger ones.
Oh, not necessarily. You have Phil.
Oh yeah.
You have Phil.
I have
Okay.
And Sapnap and Phil. Like, no, you don't have all of the younger.
Yeah. You kind of did a good job.
I feel
this
like
first-
Nikki was in that chapter though. I feel like she was probably the other lady.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So I just did a really good job with my voice acting. As both Nikki and Callahan.
Yep. 100%. Oh, and Tubbo, because Tubbo was probably in the first bit.
Tubbo wouldn't have been in there.
Yeah, but
No
like,
Tubbo.
No, Tubbo.
Oh. Mention Tubbo's
parents
parents.
were mentioned
Wonder if this
as
is-
being at the graduation.
yeah.
Yeah,
so
but
Tubbo must have been at the
Okay, so
graduation.
Tubbo was at the graduation. That doesn't mean he was. Okay, but also, is this Dadschlat? Is this a Dadschlat AU?
There's a chance of that. I'm not gonna confirm nor deny. Because I don't
Do you
know.
not know? Okay.
I have no
See,
clue.
I prefer the headcanon that Captain Sparkles is Tubbo's dad, just because it is just so, like, random and off the wall.
Hey, alright. If this fic doesn't, like, say who Tubbo's parents are, it's, Captain Sparkles now.
Okay.
100%.
And that's how Tubbo knows CG5.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
You've got some sparkly abs. I don't know the
Um,
rest of the song.
Okay,
Okay.
wait. I am putting in. Okay, I am putting in. Okay, Tubbo's in this. I clicked. I control F'd it. Tubbo is in this chapter quite a lot. I'm good. I'm Gooch.
The next one?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Let's continue. Tommy had never driven fast before. The times when he had, Wilbur had been driving and they had been weaving through unbuilt neighborhoods like a rat in a maze, like rats in a maze. The feeling he had experienced in that car had been exhilarating, but this feeling, suppose that was something else entirely. More than ever, Tommy wanted to be behind the wheel of one of those sleek, low cars that shined like mirrors into the soul. He wanted to feel the pressure of having something on the line. Pride, keys, money. Did Wilbur race for money? Did Techno race for the pride and fame that followed him wherever he and his red car went? What about Phil? Back when Phil raced, did he do it for the pleasure of knowing you were above the other cars? Above the law? Why did Dream do it? Why shouldn't Tommy? He smiled at the clouds that were too light for his liking, wishing for the exhaust that streams out of the cars like chains attached to precocious jewels.
Precious.
Precious. Oh, precocious jewels. About the same. He
Not
would
the
race.
same word.
No.
Close enough. One day, Tommy was going to participate in King's Race and be the best street racer around. He'll have the fast car and ladies all around him like Dream, Techno, and Wilbur did. And then he'll know. He'll know why they put their lives on the line each time they stepped into the car.
Why is this starting to feel like a car version of Skate the Infinity?
I don't even know what that is. But thoughts so far?
I am
Um.
liking it. Oh, Rambo's in the next chapter.
Oh yay, we get Bench Trio.
Yeah, I just saw his name at the bottom of the screen when I pulled up Discord.
Woo.
Yeah, nope, it's Bench
See,
Trio.
this is a Fast and Furious fanfic. I thought I made the joke already that this was Dream SMP Fast and Furious AU.
You didn't. We just said it was
Oh.
a racing AU.
Oh, I
Yeah.
swear somewhere I made the joke of it. Somewhere.
You probably have.
Yeah, I think you did when we were talking about the tags because I said something because we were talking.
I don't
and
remember.
then
Maybe it was while I was gone.
Maybe I don't know.
Since you've been gone. So yeah, are we ready for next bit?
I'm sorry, I forgot I didn't have time to mute.
What?
Just tell me when we're ready because I already read ahead a little to figure out whose line that was, and it's mine. So
Okay,
just whenever
yeah.
you guys are ready.
So are we ready? I'm assuming that's a no. Okay, yeah, that's a no. Anyway, so I'm gonna go talk to chat for a sec. And you're free to as well,
Okay.
Cozy, if you want.
Sorry.
Diggy, who you're talking to is Nick from BTG. Nick from BTG.
What?
Diggy is some man you may know. I don't know if he wants me to say it on stream, but he can. So yeah. You two know each other, but by separate names. Are we ready now?
I'm ready.
Sayo?
Yes.
Okay. I was waiting for that
gonna
from
be-
you.
I
Okay.
gotta be quiet. Oh, wait. Southern Rombo or no?
No? Well,
Okay.
whatever you feel, whatever you feel.
Wait, Rambo isn't Southern.
No, but he does a Southern accent that's like pretty good.
Whatever you feel.
It's also kind of cursed. So we'll see. It might change.
So notes. Am I taking the titles for chapters, song titles? Wait, am I making the titles for chapters, song titles from a racing playlist? Yes.
Wait, How is Keith the writing song?
What?
I know the song that is the title of this chapter. How is that part of a racing playlist?
I have no clue, and I'm sort of assuming
don't know
that
the
she didn't
song.
make it. Which I think is
Okay,
kind of funny. So yeah,
I'm
whenever you're ready.
Tommy. Slow down. I'm not saying the middle part.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I advise not cursing, because I don't even feel
I don't
comfortable with
curse.
that. So yeah. Tommy laughed into the wind as he carved a path straight over the sidewalk to avoid the upcoming
Isn't this
intersection.
called super? No, this is called smoking tires. Never.
No,
Sorry.
no.
It's reading chat.
Tebo's scream reached an unbelievable pitch as the pedestrians hopped out of their way like NPCs in video games. Ooh, that's not good. This wasn't a video game, though. A video game didn't give you the feel of vibrating handlebars under your hands or the smell of burning tires as you slam on the brakes for a sharp turn around a slow-moving car. Games might give you the sense of a chase whenever you broke the law, but in the real world, the sound of sirens and the tension of your bones when you swerve around a police car was nothing like in the games. And the feeling of flying, whenever he made a jump, made Tommy's heart soar. Yeah, a video game could never give you that.
You almost killed us, you idiot.
Tebo yelled, and his hold around Tommy's neck tightened. Tommy choked slightly and reached up to hit his best friend. "Lay off, man," he yelled back as the motorbike wobbled a bit from the fight taking place.
I'll lay off you when...
Tebo screamed again as the motorbike wobbled even more so.
Focus on the road!
Tebo's hand waved in front of them as if Tommy would actually crash. Tommy steadied the bike as they raced down Easy Pickings Way, where the duo stopped for a heavily smelling pizza whenever they had a free period. Tebo's hold lessened, and Tommy felt the shift as Tebo reached away from him and stood up straighter from his position on the pegs. Finally, Tommy would never crash, but Tebo's hold had started to be annoying to the point of Tommy considering blowing them into the side of the restaurant. At least Tebo's bike Wilbur's bike would die in his favorite pizzeria. Okay, one nitpick I have with this. Changing
Tenses?
that, but like the pronoun, like not even using pronouns or anything else besides Tommy, Tebo, Tommy, Tebo, Tommy, Tebo. It was kind of freaking annoying. Anyways, well, he wouldn't have to deal with Tebo's motherly attitude much longer because he would see Rambo's building coming up. But oh no, looks like there's no parking outside his building. What is the famed illegal street racer Tommy Innit gonna do? See a BAMF?
Bamf.
BAMF?
Bamf.
What is that?
Good question. I don't remember the acronym. I'm not saying that.
Oh!
Oh!
Now yeah, that actually
I think
helped me
we
remember.
realized it at the same time.
Oh yeah!
As soon as I said I'm not saying that.
Yeah, we're like, oh, that makes
realized that
sense.
Like, I knew the connotation of what it meant, I just didn't know exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what. Right before Rambo's apartment building was an alleyway. Tommy knew too well. He let off the gas and veered sharply into alleyway, with Tebo screaming like a crazed monkey. That, I feel like, doesn't fit. Anyways, Tommy weaved around the random garbage bags the resident had thrown out of their apartment windows and rolled up the 2x2 that acted as a ramp onto the top of the local dumpster. He braked perfectly so that they were only a slight jolt when they stopped on top of his favorite parking spot.
You know what, Tommy?
Tebo yelled as he clambered off the back of the pegs. Tommy popped off his helmet and looked over his shoulder to see Tubbo sit on his butt and slowly slide off the dumpster. "What, Tubbo?" he asked through his grin. Tommy adjusted the straps of the tool backpack with a clanking of metal.
I hope your tires get sliced by an angry grandma for parking on a private dumpster.
You kind of
Tubbo's
sound like Amesy. Sorry, you kind of sound like Amesy.
Last night, she was trying to do George, and it sounded British in the beginning, and then it turned to salad fingers.
What?
I'm not joking. Every time it just went to salad fingers. I'm uncomfortable with inappropriate words. I think Cozy's also uncomfortable with speaking inappropriate words. And Seo's an adult, so they get to do what they want.
I'm the oldest here. No
What's
swearing
funny?
around the children.
What's funny is that I'm the youngest. That's weird, being the youngest.
Yeah, by like what, 9 months?
About. Cause yeah. Anyways, oh, yeah. Wait. Yeah. Okay. I need to remember where the heck we were. Tommy flipped the kickstand, pulled out the keys, and stood up on the lids of the dumpsters with his helmet tucked under his arm. He crouched down so that he was almost eye level with Tubbo and said, "I bet the angry grandma would change her mind when she sees this." Tommy pulled out from in between the helmet casing and the cushion a holographic piece of paper that looked like a movie ticket. Candace's mouth dropped, then pushed his hair away from his face as if his wide eyes couldn't believe what he was seeing. A black grease stain formed where Tubbo had touched his face as he looked up at Tommy with something akin to pure awe.
You're kidding.
Tubbo shouted with a wide smile, and his hands were grabbing at the ends of his hair as he normally does when he's ecstatic. Tommy shook his head and used the holographic paper to fan the helmet sweat off of him. It only managed to fan the smell of rotting garbage towards him. "Nope," he replied coolly, and the reaction from Tubbo was exactly what he had thought it would be. Just knowing that Tubbo was looking for him like he was the best made Tommy's ego swell a little bit.
That's why you dragged me away from the shop.
Tubbo asked from below him.
To show Rambo and me the entrance.
Tommy snapped his fingers around the helmet and pointed at Tubbo. "Exactly, my man," he boomed like an announcer would do on the game show channel. "And the quicker we get up to Boo Boy, the quicker we can tell you my amazing, extraordinary plan." Tommy swirled around and looked up to the fire escape above him. He could make it. He tucked the ticket back into the helmet and jumped for the bottom of the ladder. His fingers barely grabbed the rusty metal, and he used the wall as a boost to pull himself up the ladder and onto the first floor landing. Yes, he probably looked so cool doing that.
"Race you to the top, big man."
Tubbo called below, and his exit was accompanied with loud metal tools jingling behind him. I'm gonna take a break because my brain has started to fail at words. So talk.
Maybe we just finish this chapter and then do something else. Let me double check what I have.
Yeah, let me.
Because I know Panic Room's a lot easier to read.
Yeah.
The only stories I know of are on
Yeah.
Wattpad.
We can finish this chapter and then I can hand over Panic Room.
Yeah, because I I'm sorry, I want to narrate this because my stuff, but man, Sophie.
Yeah. Here, I'll just see how much shorter my paragraphs are for Panic Room. This is not normal. This was a quick thing I wrote because I just needed to get something out.
Yeah.
But it literally says probably poorly written, but I just wanted to get it written and done.
Yeah.
On the other hand, you switch over to this one.
I have my own stuff as well.
You see how massive. Oh no, I don't write. Do I not write long paragraphs?
All of mine have really.
No,
long
here's some more.
paragraphs.
No, even mine are. I still think are shorter than
Yeah, mine
Sophie's to an extent.
Yeah, mine are.
I think it's
This
just
one's
how
my
I break
longest
mine
one.
up.
I think what's going on is that it's a lot of like standing still stuff. You know, like nothing's
Yeah.
moving. So my brain's like, Anyways, I'ma continue. Tommy laughed in response as he raced up the small and sharp staircases with his helmet clutched in his hand. He would win, for sure. Rambo lived on the top floor, and that was at least 13 flights upstairs. While Teva was buff from lifting tires and engine parts all day, his legs were too short to jump a lot of stairs at once because there was no way that the elevator operator would let him in his current state. If Tommy didn't know the extremes that Teva went to fix a car, he wouldn't believe that his favorite mechanic just rolled around in tire scraps all day from how dirty he looked after a shift at Sam's auto shop.
Sam was a cop.
Maybe he's both? Because Sam Nook
And the warden.
and the warden?
Are they all secretly robots and no one actually knows this?
No,
Like, that would be canonically accurate.
Oh.
Sam is Nurse Joy.
Oh my gosh, yes. There's just like thousands of Sams, and it's like a dominant gene to become Sam. Oh, that'd be hilarious. Okay. And make sure
I completely missed that.
just like Nurse Joy is the dominant gene.
Oh.
A mixture of sounds and smells drifted out of the open windows of the residence Tommy's past. Latino music, soap operas, freshly baked cookies, and steamed vegetables were just a few things he caught. Smelling that food made his stomach rumble, and he wondered what Christian... Well, I know Oliver's alive. Was making at home for dinner tonight. He hoped his tactical meeting with the boys wouldn't run too long to miss even leftovers. Phil would kill himself if he missed dinner again without notice. However, the target wasn't going to be there tonight. He didn't come over for dinner unless it was Sunday. His heart pumped in his ears as he started to see the orange of the sunset above the roofs of the building. He grabbed onto the final railing and pulled himself the rest of the way up onto Rambo's floor. Tommy filled his lungs with the air that just felt fresher, purely because he was standing on a tall building and was able to look out at the city at dusk. The orange and purples of the sky were a sight every time. He saw them bathing the city in a filter that made him itch for his phone to capture the perfect moment. Closer to the ground, the lights inside businesses glowed yellow. The neon lights the city was known for started to slowly flicker to life, one by one, like fireflies. And soon, every single one of those lights would know the name Tommy in it. Lady Killer and illegal street racer extraordinaire. Oh, he's got a big head. He's got a big head. The natural wind picked up now that he was above the buildings, and he held his arms out to let it blow over him. He felt unstoppable. The ticket was in his hand, and his skills were untouchable, and showing everyone up would be easy. His goal was attainable, as catching his firefly at this point. Tommy closed his eyes with the vision of winning the big race and grinned. Is that what Wilbur felt? Why is he, like, obsessed with Wilbur?
Wilbur's his
Why is
big
he
brother.
Fair.
Why is he obsessed with Wilbur in real life?
You know what?
Because Wilbur's his big brother.
Almost, like
'Like-
10 years older than him, right? Because isn't he, like, 25?
It's 8 years.
Oh, 8 years.
They
Still.
have an 8 years difference.
Still, that's a lot. But I do know
Um,
people who have
but,
about
like-
the same age difference.
But, like, Tommy's the reason Wilbur gets out of bed.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's depressing.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, well, that's sad.
I
Anyways,
don't care about Tommy a lot, so, like, everyone has, like, something they do to make sure that Tommy's okay.
oh wow, that's interesting. Tommy heard something dully hit the ground and a muted yell of surprise. He rolled around to see Rambo on the other side of the window. Frozen in shock, Tommy smiled and walked around the staircase railing to get to the window as his friend yelled,
What are you doing out there?
"I've come to strategize!" Tommy yelled back and banged his helmet on the window. "Now open up, I'm starving!" Rambo practically ran over and flipped the latch so that Tommy could hop on to the window seat.
Did you make a big racket on the way up?
Tommy asked as he pushed
That
his...
Rambo asked.
Oh, sorry. Names are the same.
No, they're not.
Names are the same.
Also, I've covered my face with my hair to get into the Rambo vibe.
Rambo asked as he pushed his floppy hair back away from his eyes. The other teen looked out the window for a second as he was going to see a line of angry neighbors waiting to rag on him.
My neighbors have been complaining about noise recently.
Tommy rolled his eyes as he walked over to the kitchen. "I can't control how much noise I make. I only make noise and everyone appreciates the music I've brought onto the world," he replied and opened up the stainless silver. It's called steel. So that's an expensive fridge. He scrunched.
Well, this is Rambo, so.
He scrunched his nose at the options. "When was the last time you went shopping?" he asked. Rambo crouched next to the textbook he had dropped on the floor and muttered,
I wasn't expecting anybody coming over.
"That is your problem, big man," Tommy yelled and slammed the fridge closed. He started to open cabinets for anything edible. He really wished he had Kristen's cooking right now. "You never expect the unexpected, unlike me. I always prepare for everything." There was pancake mix shoved in the back that he could probably do something with. But he did have the energy. But did he have the energy to do so? No. The answer was always no when it comes to cooking. Rambo realized raised his eyebrows as he pushed his hair out of his face again.
Oh, really?
He asked skeptically, and Tommy rolled around at the challenge in the older boy's tone. "Is that a challenge, Slender Man?" Tommy asked. The other shrugged his shoulders.
Not a challenge, it's more like a logical doubting.
Rambo replied evenly. Tomo... Tomo... I'm sorry.
No!
There's so many names. There's just so many names. Tommy raised his eyebrows and snapped his fingers. The confused look on Rambo's face was priceless, but it had gotten better when Tubbo started to pound on the front door, even effectively scaring Rambo to drop the textbook again.
Rambo, let me in!
Tubbo yelled from the hallway. Rambo shot a wild glance at Tommy as if he were a god before running over and letting the other boy in.
Wait!
Oh, okay. Your mic cut out twice.
Oh, it did?
So like,
Monday Mike! Monday Mike! Tommy! Tubbo!
There we go. Rambo yelled in panic, confused on who to yell at. Tommy cackled from the kitchen as Rambo at Rambo while pointing and laughing. Tubbo tumbled in after Rambo swung the door open and panted from the middle of the suite before slinging his tool backpack off with a loud thud and pointing at Tommy accusingly.
You knew that the elevator would be closed for maintenance, didn't you?
Tubbo yelled, making Tommy laugh harder.
Guys!
Rambo whined before closing the door and grabbing at the sides of his face in exhaustion. Ugh.
Please, I can't get another noise complaint.
Tommy waved away Rambo's concern. With what I possess, you will have enough money to get a penthouse suite across the street from your college, Tommy boasted. Rambo's hand dragged further down his face as Tubbo pulled a rag out of his back pocket, started to wipe his oily hands.
And we'll all be roommates together.
Tubbo added on excitedly. Tommy cringed. Ew, no, I'm not rooming with you slobs, he replied.
IRL, meanwhile, Tommy and Tubbo trying to move in and possibly Rambo.
Oh my god.
Literally. I think Tommy's planning to have his place in January and then Tubbo will be moving with him. That's at least the current plan.
They're like...
And then Rambo might be trying to go back to the UK more permanently.
That's insane.
It is.
They're like 17.
Well, no. Tubbo turns 18 in like a matter of days.
Oh.
And Rambo's already 18.
Oh yeah. But
Tommy doesn't turn 18 until April.
yeah. So he's got a bit. What the heck? Anyways.
We're over here in our 20s reading fan fiction.
Well, Tommy's trying to move to
yeah.
Brighton, so Wilbur will be his parental guardian.
I love that so much. It's like I'm moving to Dad. It's just like
No, it's Phil's dad, but
here.
I'm moving in with my big brother.
You don't have
Will
a brother.
is-
Wilbur is
Will
brother.
is already the designated babysitter at all times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Phil is literally dad.
Phil's is like the dad who has Wilbur's like the brother who has more sense than the dad sometimes, I feel.
No. Let's see if I get this right. No, okay, so Tommy eats mud, Wilbur eats sand.
Jeez.
So take that into consideration when saying Wilbur's the one with more common sense.
Fair.
He's not. He
Fair.
also collects pond water in jars. And...
As one
I mean,
does.
my brother used to collect pond water in jars.
Well, that's because you're Florida.
No, he's weird in Florida.
Anyways, Rambo made a noise of bewilderment and gestured around at his perfectly clean kitchen and living room. Tubbo nodded and Rambo and folded his arms.
Is this supposed to be Rambo or is this Tubbo?
Tubbo.
Okay. No, because...
No, it's Tommy. Because after it said, the next
No.
line is...
So the big man is right, Tommy. Is that Rambo or Tubbo?
Tubbo
But...
nodded with Rambo and folded his arms, so that is referring to Tubbo.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Tubbo's boss man. That's right. Well, not in this, but...
Yeah.
It's
It's
very
confusing.
confusing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This was not pulled off right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, fair. I'd be like, it's a bit confusing here who's talking. Yeah, she does have also a thing with not saying this person said a lot, but
Oh,
she's done really
well,
good so far.
That something you're not actually supposed to do a lot in writing. And
Well-
that was what I was taught, was to instead use actions. So what went wrong was they did a Rambu action and a Tubbo action in the same paragraph.
Yeah.
And you'll probably see this in a Panic Room, how I make a difference between the two.
Yeah, I kind of taught myself how to write, so I did a more of a thing of like, if being said gets annoying, then like change up how you say said.
So
You know, like you don't always have to use it, but
from
still.
someone who has been taught by two published writers, there's two things you can do. Use other vocal words instead of just said.
Yeah.
Responded, replied,
Yeah.
yelled, shout, things like that. And the other one is use an action following the sentence, the dialogue,
Yeah.
or right before the dialogue, rather than just saying character said.
Yeah. Am I good to continue?
Yes.
Okay.
No, you're not
Oh, wait,
continuing.
no.
Koze's
Oh
continuing.
right, yeah.
Yeah, I was waiting for everyone to
Sorry.
stop.
The big man is right, Tommy. We're not going through with your plan unless you agree to be our roommate and wash the dishes every night.
Tommy sputtered in indignation as Rambu sighed dramatically. This is Rambu.
Oh. Wait. Where are we?
Tommy sputtered in indignation as Rambu sighed dramatically.
That's not what I was saying at all, but go off.
Rambu said and walked into the kitchen to pull out some tortilla chips and shredded cheese.
Thought there was nothing in his fridge.
Cheese is not in fridge?
Why would you not put cheese in fridge?
I know. That's
Maybe
the only thing that
tortilla
makes
shells weren't in
sense.
the fridge?
I think they forgot what wasn't in the fridge. Maybe it was
Tell me
just
what,
cheese
ew,
in the
just-
fridge. What?
There's
It was
only
just cheese in the fridge. There was just cheese in the fridge, and that's why there was no food in the fridge, because it was just cheese.
Even better. It's just like a mound of cheese in the fridge. Like, not a thing of like there was only cheese in the fridge, but there was only cheese in the fridge.
Just bare shelves, no packaging, up like mound of cheese.
Alright,
That'd be funny.
we good?
Yes. We couldn't keep. He couldn't keep the grin off his face as he reached for
Nope,
the.
you skipped me.
Oh, did I? Sorry.
Back up. You also haven't explained how exactly we are going to get a penthouse together.
He couldn't keep the grin off his face as he reached for the ticket again and pulled it out. This, Tommy said dramatically as he slammed the fridge shut on Rambu. This is our ticket out of here. Rambu blinked in surprise at having the fridge closed on his face. But
I
his
feel like
eye-
it would be slammed in his head because he's, 6'7".
Yeah, he's like,
So he has to be
"Ow!"
leaning. He has to be like leaning into the fridge
Yeah.
to get anything.
Oh, yeah. But his eyes narrowed at the ticket. The taller boy reached out and poked in suspiciously.
Huh.
Rambu muttered.
I didn't know they actually made paper copies.
He tilted his head to read the silver writing on the sparkly paper, pushing his hair again as he did so. They rarely do, Tommy bragged with his hands on his hips. I was able to snag one before because of Captain Puffy.
Captain Puffy gave that to you?
Tubbo asked behind Rambu as the taller one straightened up. Tubbo held up a headband, and Rambu took it without words to push his hair back. Tommy nodded proudly. Oh yes, boys, your favorite racer is one step closer to competing in the King's Ultimate. He made the Superman pose with his arms and expected Tubbo and Rambu to start yelling about how cool he was. But there was silence instead. He looked over at the duo to see them looking at him in confusion. Timon lowered his arms awkwardly. What? Tubbo cleared his throat.
Tommy, you said you were already in the King's Ultimate.
No.
Whatever, it's the same thing.
Ranbu answered with a shake of his head.
He only implied that he was racing. He never said anything about having an actual spot.
Tommy cleared his throat again. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself, but I basically have a spot in the race. Ranbu crossed his arms and raised his eyebrow that Tommy could finally see now that his hair was pulled back. Seriously, the guy should never either get a haircut or invest in better styling gel.
Oh? And how did you manage that?
Tommy grinned. Oh ho! I'm glad you asked, boo boy. Rambo. That's not.
Rambo.
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 Cringed as he just like is through the window. Some guy. Rainbow cringed as Tubbo laughed a little bit. Buckle in, because I'm about to tell you how Tommy Innit was able to swindle his way into the biggest race of all time. So we calling it a night for this? My phone
Yes.
is not functioning.
Let me send something that might be a little easier to read.
Sorry, Sophie, I really loved it. It's just it's very hard for me to read. And you know I have troubles reading. So I'm sorry.
Hey, we made it through 2 chapters, and there's,
Oh, yeah. That's a
almost
lot more than
50k
what-
words.
That's a lot more than what I tend to, so.
Yeah.
And I did turn into a squirrel once. I think that's impressive.
Yeah, you didn't.
And then we have this tiny, tiny little thing just to... It's not... Okay, so we do need to change characters up a little bit.
Yeah, because there's only 3 characters?
No, so there's 4 technically. Technically. Dream's not a character, but the Dream voice.
Okay.
It talks to Rambu, and I'm both. So if someone else wants... Also, so Alyssa, can you take Filza for this? And someone else take Dream, please?
I can do Tubbo and Dream.
Okay, yeah, that works.
Why isn't Dream on here then?
Because it's the Dream voice, not actually Dream.
Ah.
So... this is Rambu's panic room. So the Dream voice, not actually Dream.
Yeah.
It's signified by the italics. So I don't think yeah.
Okay. So I'm still narrator?
Yes.
Okay. I'll probably cut this, and I don't know how I'm gonna do this bit. I might just be like, hey, it's
What bit?
Yeah.
We'll just say incoherent Enderman.
Well, so I like to send the writers a thing being like,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
by the way, we read this on
I'm
stream.
literally right here. I'm right here.
Oh, okay.
This is mine.
Well, I might still put it in there, being like, hey, we read this on stream.
This is literally mine.
Yeah, but for people who read it later, so that
That's
if they
fine.
wanted to hear
But disclaimer, this is probably poorly written.
Okay, I'll read the summary, you read the note then, and then we'll continue on. Summary, Rainbow can't remember what happened. All he knows is he's in the panic room.
Listened to Panic Room and overwhelmed one too many times and ended up writing this. Probably poorly written, but I just wanted to get it written and done. I was actually struggling writing at the time when I did this. First time posting for the Dream SMP, so hopefully I got the tags right. This is about character Rambu and character Tubbo. Rambu's panic attack is based on my experience with anxiety attacks, so it may not be completely accurate.
Huzzah! I'm sorry. That feels inappropriate, but it is kind of funny, you gotta admit. Anyway.
Yeah, this is This is what is it? It's emotional hurt comfort.
Of course.
Platonic relationships. Platonic husbands.
So I'm Philza, right? And narrator.
Yes.
Cool. Frantic tapping against obsidian filled the room as Rambo paced back and forth in the small space. A faint sizzling was almost drowned out by the nearby running water as tears burned his face. He couldn't think straight.
What did I do? What did I do?
He questioned himself. There was blood on his hands, but he didn't know if it was his or someone else's.
Think, Rambo, think.
Rambo curled up in a corner, covered his face with his hands, and pulled at his hair slightly as he tried to remember what he'd done. Rambo remembered being at home in the Arctic. He was in his vault, adding some more totems of undying. Why was he so paranoid about needing so many totems? Who was he afraid of Who was he afraid was going to die? Philza had been looking for him. They went somewhere. Where'd they go? Why was Philza upset? Where was Techno? Why couldn't he remember what Philza had said about Techno? It was important. Why was it important? Okay, try to remember something else. Nikki had been wherever Philza took him, so it must have been something else to do with the Syndicate. Hey, had they gone to the meeting room? If that was the case, why couldn't he remember what was going on with Techno? The headache pounded against Rambo's skull as he tried to remember. Painful tears made it harder to breathe, and Rambo forced himself back to his feet, back to pacing. He had hurt Philza and Nikki. Well, had he hurt Philza and Nikki? Was that why he had come here? Was this a bad place? He shouldn't be here. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad.
And then the italics are me.
Yes.
Oh, there you are.
Rambo nearly choked as his throat constricted, and it got so much harder to breathe.
No, you're not real.
We've discussed this. I am you. Your thoughts. I am.
It's sounding like Palpatine.
I am you.
I am the Senate.
Also, I would like to mention, while there is a lull, we did find out why he needed all of those totems.
Yeah.
Wait, has that been mentioned in lore?
Well, he did
Rambo
die.
only had one canonical life.
Yeah.
No. You guys, I think Alyssa should know. I think Sam took
Oh yeah.
all
yeah.
3 of Rambu's lives.
Yeah.
So if you notice the GIF that Z posted, 2 lives disappeared, and then the other one broke. So I think Sam killed Rambu twice, getting him into the prison, or while he was at the prison, and then killed him the last time.
Wait, because
But
isn't
that
there
doesn't
water
follow
stuff?
The rules of canonical lives.
There's water stuff in the prison.
Yeah.
But that doesn't follow the rules of canonical lives, though.
Do they have to be shown on stream?
Wilbur explained the rules of what losing a canonical life means. It has to be on screen, and it has to have a reaction from the other character. Like those are the conditions of losing a canonical life.
So Rambu only had one. Huh.
Yeah.
Unless they changed it specifically for Rambu.
Maybe. But
Because Rambu did want to sort of do a character reset.
it's thought that perhaps Rambu was collecting all of those. It's thought that Rambu lost his other 2 canonical lives while he was in his Enderwalk state in various points, and that's why he was collecting the Undying.
I always thought it was for Tubbo, so... it's to keep Tubbo alive, because Tubbo's only on 1 life.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Maybe it was for both. Maybe Rambu had, like, a few for himself, but most of them were for Tubbo.
Maybe.
Mallory,
Alright,
these aren't my
um,
lines. You gotta talk.
Yeah, this is okay. Are we good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Please, just leave me alone.
Rambo pleaded. His tail flicked back and forth in a frenzied fashion.
Your thoughts never really leave you alone, do they? Especially after you hurt your friend.
What is your? This is like a completely different character.
Yeah, like all I can
First
think
it
is
was
like
Palpatine,
villain.
and now it.
All I can think is like villain in the Old West.
Yeah.
She. What are you doing? We discussed it, she. I'm your thought, she.
I tried to be less
Just go with Palpatine. I think it's hilarious, especially when you consider like XD's canonical voice. I feel like Palpatine's fitting.
I don't remember how to do it, but I'll try.
Do it.
Do it.
The sound of pacing went silent as Sambu Ranbu froze.
What? No. I couldn't have. I didn't hurt them. That's not.
He cut himself off, staring at his hands. Was the blood on his hands Bilza and Nikki's?
You did.
Those two words racing through Rambu's head, causing him to duck his head and claw slightly at his skin.
What did I do?
You hurt them. You trapped Technoblade. You broke the stasis chamber. You hurt Bilza. You hurt Nikki.
No. That can't be true. I wouldn't do that. Would I?
Stasis rooms spun around Rambu, causing him to feel
that's
dizzy
wrong.
and disoriented. He couldn't sit down. He couldn't stay standing. He couldn't breathe. His skin was burning. His thoughts running through his mind were too much.
It's Tubbo.
Oh, okay. Rambu?
Rambu looked up towards the entrance into the panic room and went still as he saw Tubbo standing there. He scrambled back, pushing against the walls as if it would allow him to sink into the stone and disappear.
No, please not, Tubbo. Don't use Tubbo against me.
Tubbo took a step closer to the step forward and then stopped.
Rambu, what are you talking about? What are you doing
What
here?
is that? That was not what it says.
Like, no British accent. Like, Tubbo has lost his British accent. He's officially Dream now. Like, no.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Rambu, are you okay? What are you doing here?
Do you want me to re-say the line?
Yes.
Okay.
Let her die first.
Rambu? Are you okay? What are you doing here?
No, you're not real. You can't use Tubbo against me.
Rambu's chest felt heavy as he tried to breathe.
Hold on.
And they died. I
mean, that's what it sounds like. I think we're good now.
Okay.
Did you do the Rambu's chest heave to line?
Yep. Tried
Okay.
to breathe.
I'm just overstimulated, that's all. It's all too much, but I should be fine.
He let out a broken laugh.
It feels like I'm somebody else. My mind isn't mine, so who am I to say?
He sank to the floor and curled up again. The illusions would pass. He'd be fine. He'd be fine. There was a tapping sound like hooves, and then suddenly Tubbo grabbed Rambu's face, holding it oh so gently, so he forced him to look up.
So let's figure out how to keep you from getting overwhelmed. You'll make it out. You'll be fine. I am by your side.
Rambu stared at Tubbo and slowly processed that he was real and that he was here.
Tubbo?
He took deep breaths, trying to get control again. The ache, I almost said acne, and his chest slowly eased.
I think anyone can get acne, but who knows?
You don't know.
And the fact that it was slowly heaving.
Tried to control again. The acne in his chest slowly eased.
Yeah, I'm here for you. I've got you.
Tebo took off his jacket and used a corner of the fabric to gently pat Rambu's cheeks, getting rid of the blood and tears. Tebo let Rambu calm down at his own pace. He didn't say anything when Tebo tried. Rambu cried a little bit more, just from being overwhelmed, and easily cleaned up the fresh blood. When Rambu could stand again, Tebo held his hand and led him out of the panic room. Rambu was pretty sure he wouldn't have been able to get himself to leave if Tebo wasn't practically dragging him out. Rambu stared out at the horizon, watching as the sky turned yellow and orange with this rising sun. How long had he been in the panic room? How long had Tebo been looking for him?
Bill.
Okay. Ranbu? Rambu looked towards the sound of his name, was surprised to see Nikki and Phil running towards them. He took a step back, nearly slipping into the ocean. Tebo quickly grabbed a hold of his arms to steady him. Once Tebo was certain Rambu wouldn't fall, he stepped in front of him, separating Rambu and Nikki and Philza.
Rambu and I are going back to Snowchester. Don't follow.
Tebo stated, his tone more serious and a little colder than it usually was. Philza nodded and placed a hand on Nikki's shoulder. Worry was evident on their faces, but so was understanding look in their eyes. Rambu turned away from his friends as Tebo pulled him towards Snowchester. The two traveled in silence, something that Rambu was grateful for. When he got to Snowchester, Rambu started walking towards the portal, thinking he'd go back to his cabin and hide in there for a while. But Tebo stopped him.
Come on.
Tebo pulled Rambu to the little cabin they'd been staying in with Michael. The mansion was finished, but this was cozier and safer. Tebo stopped once they were inside and turned to face Rambu, having to look up at him.
So the translations are in the bottom notes if you'd rather, you say the translation.
Would you guys rather me say the translation or try to speak Enderman?
I can't speak
Yes.
Enderman, so
Yes.
I just got put incoherent Enderman noises and then the translation.
What? Are you okay?
You sound like you're drowning.
That's what I'm going with.
Rambu blinked, taking a second to realize that Tebo had spoken Enderman to him. It was a little off, but he still understood that Tebo was asking if he was okay. On instinct, he responded in Enderman as well.
Incoherent Enderman noises, followed by, yeah, just shaken up and trying to process what happened. I don't remember. Do you know anything?
There was silence as Tebo just stared at him, and Rambu let out a sigh, but smiled even so. He guessed that was a little complicated for Tebo. Tebo was getting good at single-thought sentences, but the fact Tebo was trying to learn at all warmed Rambu's heart.
I'm fine.
Rambu said softly.
I'm just a little shaken up, and I'm still trying to process what happened. I don't remember how I ended up there.
Philza said you were all weird and freaked out. You pulled away or something. I was worried.
Tebo looked down for a moment before slamming himself into Rambu's legs, hugging him. Rambu crouched down so that they could hug each other better. Wait, when had he gone to his full height? He concentrated and shifted back to 6'7".
6'7".
Sorry. That made hugging Tebo even easier.
I'm sorry for worrying you, Tebo. I'm okay. I promise.
Rambo assured.
As long as I have you, I'll be okay.
We read 2 things. Hooray!
We read 2 things.
Technically 3 if we counted
Oh, yeah. 3
2 chapters.
3 chapters in a bit.
Yeah.
Do we want to chill for a bit, or do we want to do something
Yeah, we
else,
can chill
or
for a bit.
call it a night?
We can vibe for a bit.
Yep.
Okay. Well,
You've
chat,
got
you
a
guys
you've
can
got a
talk
lot
now.
of viewers, so
Yeah, I'm gonna milk this.
yeah, let's milk this for a second.
Milk. So yeah, if anyone's in chat and wants to talk, go for it. But yeah, I'm at 105 followers. How have I managed that?
Cozy, you're in VC.
Cozy, you're in VC.
You can talk.
You can talk, buddy. You can do that. Use your words. You can talk. Go for it. You can talk.
You can like go off on your attempt to speak.
Yeah.
Enderman.
Well, like,
I mean,
you can
it
talk.
literally
You're in
said
voice
it
chat.
literally. It's what's funny is it literally says that Tubbo's Enderman was a little off.
Oh yeah.
I tried to do the whoop whoop sound
Oh,
that Endermans do. Yeah, that.
Just like.
And I just
whoop.
I failed miserably.
that Tubbo can actually do that though.
Oh yeah.
Like he's legit learning Enderman because of Rombo.
Oh my gosh, I read a lot of fan fiction, and I've come across one-shot books where there are one-shots entirely written in Enderman,
Oh god.
and I'm like,
That's no.
yeah, like there are like preteens who know how to write in Enderman.
Well, there's some who know how to speak. I can read like I in Enderman, and that's about it. It's because
I can do none of
The
it.
Dream SMP fans on TikTok like to use I, the Enderman I. Technically, it's like standard galactic.
You know, I should probably like learn how to speak random languages on the internet that have no reason to learn.
I almost learned Klingon.
I want to learn Simlish.
There was a point when I knew the word for chocolate in Klingon.
You can technically learn Simlish because they do actually have a
Yes.
language to it.
They do.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah,
Soul
that's-
Soul.
Yeah.
yeah. I've wanted to learn Simlish ever since I figured out that it was an actual like language they
Yeah.
developed.
Yeah.
I doubt it was a language at first, but people probably were really interested in it as a language, so they fleshed it out.
What happened is that when they were making the Sims game, they had gotten the ideas to write out, like, to have popular musicians
Mm-hmm.
sing their
Uh-huh.
songs in Simlish, so they had to develop a coordinated,
Yeah.
accurate language
Yep.
to keep the songs consistent.
Yeah. So there is
Because
like
all of
somewhat of a
the-
translation to them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all of the songs in The Sims can be translated into English, even the original ones.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're all cohesive. I think it's pretty cool.
That is cool. Imagine being the translator for all that.
Oh
Yeah.
boy, that would be a lot.
Oh yeah.
Well, I
That's
mean, they're
awesome.
probably fluent in Simlish now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As
I
a
mean, it would
piece
just
of
be like
language.
translating any other language.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, like, they probably have the same skills as a, normal translator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for a made-up language.
Apparently have a lot on my... Well, there are people who are fluent in Sindarin.
Sindarin?
Yeah, one of the the Tolkien Elvish languages.
Oh, that's because people are nerds.
Well, Tolkien developed his own languages
Of course he did.
for the books, so
I'd love to make my own language. That'd be fun.
I have attempted it before. Actually, I've attempted multiple.
I kind of did a
I've
little bit, but I've only done like letter changes, like wingdings
I've-
kind of a deal.
I've created multiple written languages, but that's about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
written are easiest.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
because you just have to change up letters.
Yeah.
I just checked my fan fiction on Wattpad because I had it pulled up. Somehow, from the time I last posted my last chapter, I was in the top 10 for Sapnap X readers, and now I'm at like 300 CL rating. 355.
It's a lot of Sapnap X readers.
Oh yeah.
Well, I am 355 out of 654, so like I am in the top half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't updated it in. I go to the newest chapter. What am I doing?
Let's. Oh, what am I? Well, now everyone on your stream can find my AO3.
Yeah, that's your own fault.
Not so. Yeah, no, that was my own fault.
And people who watch the VODs will also see it because I will
Yes.
post the links.
Why does that have so many hits?
My last.
Oh,
update. My last update was November 3rd.
I haven't posted anything since Panic Room, which was like back in July or June. That was when Techno ended up in the prison.
I have.
That's what they were referencing. This Techno's in the prison. That's how old that is.
Yeah. I have 2 books on Wattpad. One I haven't updated since October 24th, and the other is November 3rd. One's a one-shot book.
I have a series that I haven't updated since like last year, but one of them is like stupidly popular. One of the parts of the series.
Only one single part?
Yeah, I think I only have 2 parts. Well, so I originally had 3 parts posted, and they're not even all finished. But I decided to get rid of to delete the 3rd part and rewrite it. I wasn't happy with how it was turning out. So I redid the concept. So Harry went from being taken in as a baby by two original wizard characters. It's Harry Potter. To being adopted by Hannibal Lecter and Will Graham. That's not even the popular part. That one's not posted because I haven't finished the first chapter. The popular one is the prequel, basically. The first part is the prequel. The prequel part is written. That's all put and posted. And that was what was like stupidly popular. It's a Geralt and Jaskier fic, and gets sad. There's a major character death, and what else? Comfort. Yeah. Oh yeah. Abuse. Yeah, it's dark, but like people like it for whatever reason. Like, we can read it on stream.
Yeah, later.
Or at least not on
'cause
stream.
it's getting late.
That
Not.
seems to be a pattern. My most popular fanfiction is about a, like, stalker, so
Here's what
Well-
mine is.
My second most popular, which has half as many hits and half as many hits. That one is much better. I love the MDZS tags. An MDZS, when there's canon divergences, people will tag if the status of how alive people are. And what I put was somebody lives, not everybody dies. That means not everyone who canonically dies in the fic. But some people who canonically die still die.
So my highest fic is one that I actually do like. It's one of my better ones. It's called Sometimes You Just Need Someone Else. And it is a great Game Grumps fan fiction. It is 909 words, one chapter, and it has 854 hits. So I'm proud of that. And then my second one.
My most popular has 11,498 hits.
Yeah, I don't know why I don't get hits. I feel
And
like
then the
I
one
don't know
below
how
that
to
is,
tag.
and then the MDZS is that's the one I've got art for actually. That one is 5,135. And then technically so I have them sorted by kudos, but the one below that, my third most popular, they drop off significantly after that, but my third most popular has 5,524 based on kudos.
Let's see.
My-
kudos.
my most pop fic has 104 views.
Guess whose link's above everyone else? I'm kidding. I will show off that I enjoy. This made me so happy when I saw it show up in my gifts. Where's share screen? You guys won't know who that is, but look at how pretty it is. Look at how pretty it is.
It is very pretty.
And he's got his little demon symbol
Nice.
because he's demon spawn. He's a quarter demon, technically. His dad's half demon. He's quarter demon. One of his dads. Oh, that one's so fun. That one actually has a line that's Sims reference. Yeah. This reminds me of a life simulation in our game, and it was a jab at Sims when the babies just kind of appear. Because that's literally what happened. It's not izakaya. It's one of those where character ends up in fantasy world, but he has a computer system helping him.
Mhm.
And so the computer system just generated a baby. Just baby in his arms.
Well, I think I'm gonna call it a night, at least for streaming, because I'm getting tired.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I think I've milked this, like,
Yes.
6 to 5 watchers. Pretty
Yeah,
well.
you will probably have an average of 5 watchers this stream.
I think I will try and get earlier streams because I actually had people joining today.
Yes, earlier streams are good.
Yeah, so I think tomorrow will probably be about the same time, maybe if not earlier. But yeah, I love you all so very, very, very much.
Tomorrow we're doing Mantega. You don't have a choice. Unless you have to do Meet Cute. We're doing Mantega unless you have to do Meet Cute.
Tomorrow? I don't think I
Yes.
have to do Meet Cute tomorrow.
Okay, so we're doing Mantega.
Okay. Cozy, I think you're free to join.
Cozy is free to join as well.
Whoa.
So you can stream on there and hang out and begin your stuff.
Cozy needs a home.
Yeah.
Cozy has no home.
You're a
I'm
nomad.
homeless. I haven't streamed in long.
Yeah. No, last time you streamed was speed dating.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
It wasn't a month.
It wasn't that
honey.
long. It was like a week ago.
Honey, that was not
Yeah,
a month
that's a
ago.
I cannot stream.
But yeah, I'm excited for 100 more followers. Because I think I'm gonna get there eventually. I need to steal Prince's castle still.
Just
Yeah,
don't steal mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, just come
Brenton.
participate on the server. Like, we're doing things.
Well, he's actually been pretty active member of the server when I was a bit more active on it before school started up. Well, got crazy. But Brendan does need to come back on the server. Or maybe, I don't know. I've been pretty busy. Yeah, me as well.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But,
Um,
like, we're actually doing some stuff
Yeah.
on Mantega, so if you're part of Mantega, then you should participate.
Yeah, and he does remember that there's no lore in the server, so.
Right. No
Yeah,
lore.
Yeah, there is no lore.
Totally no lore.
No
Well,
lore whatsoever.
Not a single drop of lore. Lore server? I don't know. Don't know what that is.
yep.
Lore, never heard of her. Says
Yeah.
the person who runs a lore server.
But yeah. I'm excited. I think I will eventually get to 200. I'm
No,
curious
you
how long
will.
it's gonna
If you
take.
keep streaming, you will eventually
yeah.
get to 200.
Yeah, of course. But I'm curious how long it's gonna take. Because I was a lot quicker than
Also-
you two.
If you follow Alyssa, you should follow me and Cozy as well.
Mm-hmm.
Cozy is Cozy Cat Live, and I am Sayomina.
Can you get 1,000? I don't know. That's probably gonna take like a year at least.
I already have 1,000 followers on TikTok, so it's reachable. If I can do 1,000 on TikTok, you
Yeah.
can do 1,000 on Twitch.
True. I might
To be
get
fair,
to
I did 1,000 on TikTok in like a week. I have no
Yeah.
idea what happened.
Oh yeah, me neither.
Like other cosplayers were not blowing up. I've like looked at some of the others and they're like still small despite posting, regular content.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't know why the algorithm was pushing me.
It's like really easy to get followers on TikTok.
It is. I just
Yeah.
need to get over 10,000.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I need money from social media sites like Twitch and TikTok.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm heading off. I love you all, my lovely, lovely, lovely flowers. And I will talk to you all tomorrow on Mantega. Have a wonderful day, my lovely flowers. And thank you so much for 100. It's great. Bye!